Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kulam. Salaam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salaam, Salaam, Salaam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salaam, Salaam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, ve'al kulam. Hi everybody, Ukulele here. Welcome back to the Ukulele channel. I'm here for a quick tutorial on the song Salaam, composed by Mosh Ben-Ari. It features the Hebrew language, and it actually says the word peace in both Hebrew and in Arabic. So this has been seen as a kind of a call to peace in the Israeli-Arab conflict, and just a beautiful overall song. So hope you enjoy this quick tutorial. You'll need basically these two chords in the beginning: C, ring finger, third fret on the bottom, and the F chord, middle finger on top, second fret, skip a string, add the pointer finger for the F chord. So you'll want to be able to jump back and forth between the C chord and the F chord pretty easily. And so you want to practice going back and forth, putting those two fingers down as you change to the F, okay? And in the first part, basically the verse, you're going to be strumming each chord one time and just singing the song. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, ve'al kulam. That's the second part. So Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, jump to F. Od Yavo Shalom, back to C. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, and then F again. All right, now the next chord, if you haven't already learned G7, you'll want to practice going from F to this triangle chord, G7. And there's two moves basically. First, you're going to take that middle finger from the F chord and move it down one string to the next string, second fret. And then the ring finger is going to complete the triangle, so you have second fret, first fret, and second fret. And when you change from F to G7, the index finger kind of becomes the fulcrum, or kind of the pivot point. And so when you're changing, kind of squeeze on that index finger a little bit as you change to the triangle chord. So try F and G7, F, G7, back and forth. So then you're going to go Ve, F chord, and then two G7s, and to go to the C chord, very easy right here. See that ring finger on the second fret, slide it over to the third fret, and you've got it. So try F, two G7s, and one C. So ve'al kulam. All right, try the whole verse, starting with the C. Strum it one time. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, ve'al kulam. Again. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, ve'al kulam. Good. And as far as strumming, you can try it with your thumb if that's comfortable for you, or you can already go to the index finger and aim for the center of your nail into strings. And also, I always tell my beginners, make sure that you're strumming somewhere towards the top of your ukulele rather than in the middle, because it sounds a lot harsher over here versus right over the neck or right where the neck meets the body. You'll get a nice sound out of that. All right, so that's part one. The next part has some strumming, and it will only feature the C and the F chord. So the first thing that you can do is try all down strums. And we're gonna do 4 counts for each chord. So we're gonna start with a C, and we're gonna count to 4, C, and jump to F, and back to C, and back to F, and try the words here. Salaam, Salaam, Aleinu ve'al olam, Salaam, Salaam. Try it again. C, Salaam, and F, Aleinu ve'al olam, Salaam, Salaam. Right. And now if you want something a little bit more advanced, you can start by doubling the strum. Double down is what I like to do. Down, 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 down. And you count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and F and 2. And try it with me. Here's a C. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and F. And then you can sing the words again. Salaam, Aleinu ve'al olam, Salaam, 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 Aleinu ve'al olam, Salaam, Salaam. Yeah, nice. All right, so within that double down, I kind of call this strum the rock strum. And there's a couple of facets of the rock strum that are important. One is that you had a little bit of emphasis on the numbers, or the simple way to do it is just add a headbang. Salaam, and change to F. So you get a little louder on that. And then one of the simple kind of alterations is to add a down up. So we can add a down up. We can go down, 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 up, down, 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 up, F. All right, you can try it on C. Down, 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 up, down, down. Change to F. Back to C. And F. Get used to the 1, 2, 3, down, up, 1, 2, 3, down, up, 1, 2, 3, down. And you can get relatively comfortable with that quickly and have fun with that. But what I like to say about the rock strum is the rock strum has no rules. So once you get the hang of the down up, put it down up whenever you want. Feel free to improvise. Rock has no rules. Stick it to the man. You can really have fun with this part if you're strumming with a group especially. Nice. All right, and the last thing is there is a strum pattern. If you downloaded the chord chart, there's a strum pattern that I suggest that includes a chuck. And so the way you do a chuck, first to kind of like show you how the sound works, take your left hand and mute the strings by touching them gently and see if you can strum through until they click. If you get this sound, you're squeezing too hard, so relax and click through. Yeah, that's the right sound. We call that muting, and when you strum it, we often call that a chuck. But usually when people talk about chucks, what they mean is that you're going to do that same method, but you're going to use one hand. So the way I do it is I take my right hand, my strumming hand, and I touch the strings with my finger, or with my palm, and taking my index finger, I kind of strike the strings like that. This is kind of like how it's going to go. So the important thing is to make sure you can do this in a strumming pattern. So what I like to do is take a normal strum think about where your hand is ending up. Think about where your wrist goes. And now in that move, see if you can touch with your wrist. Strum, touch, strum, touch, or with your hand, rather. All right, and if you're getting a kind of an interesting sound, like if you're getting like this, if you're getting one of those, I call that a schmute. It means you strummed it and then you muted it first. That's kind of different than what I consider to be a chuck, which is you mute it and then you strum. So make sure that your index finger is hitting the strings later than your hand. And I often suggest to take your index finger and make it higher like this. And that's how I kind of do a chuck. Once you get the hang of it, you can put a little bit more gusto in it, a little bit of a wrist rotation, and you'll get a nice snappy chuck. So the way we time it is if we're going 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3, and then we're going to chuck on the 2 and the 4. So we're going 1 and chuck and 3 and chuck and 1 and chuck. And what I like to do is I add the crazy sway. That way you know exactly when the chuck happens. Now, sway, now. So if you can do this while singing the song, and when you're trying to do something difficult and sing, don't try to sing it all the way. You can even rap it if you like. So try in this motion to add the words. Salaam. Here's F. Aleinu ve'akola olam. Salam, salam. Salam. Aleinu ve'akola olam. Salam, salam. Yes. All right, now the final strum pattern that is in the chord chart is down, down, up, chuck, up, down. Down, down, up, chuck, up, down. And if your left hand's getting tired, you can also practice your strums by muting. Down, down, up, chuck, up. That way you don't have to think about the chords. And the key to getting this all to work is that if you practice down, down, chuck, then you're only adding a couple of extra things. Down, down, up, chuck, up, down. Like you're just hitting the strings more. All right, some things to practice, if that's still giving you trouble, is the first part, down, down, up, chuck. Down, down, up, chuck. Down, down, up, chuck. Down, down, up, chuck. Now, after that, you also have to recover by going up right after the chuck. So you have to go down, down, up, chuck, up, down. That can be difficult. So maybe you should try a chuck, up, not to be confused with up, chuck, up, chuck, up. So once you get chuck, up, then go chuck, up, down, chuck, up, down, chuck, up, down. Then the whole thing. Down, down, up, chuck, up, down. Sometimes when you practice, you also have to stop, think about what you did, and do it again. Down, down, up, chuck, up, down. Down, down, up, chuck, up, down. All right, and you can take that strum pattern to the C and the F. It goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, down, up, chuck, up, down, down. Next chord. Words. Salaam, Aleinu ve'akola olam. Salam, salam. Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. And one time. All right. Thanks everybody for watching. A special shout out for the SF Uke Jam, Holiday Uke Jam. This is our first year doing this song. So if you're watching this and you want to come out and jam with us on December 7th, please do so. And also a shout out to the master teacher that taught me this song, Miss Jan Davis. Way back when I was a student teacher, we sang this song for a holiday program, and I think it's just the perfect song to share, especially during the holidays when the message of peace and celebrating, diversity of cultures is important. It's so nice to be able to share a Hebrew song with your students and with your classes. So thank you everybody for watching. Till next time, Uke.